Hi. Um, so let's talk about the Cardinals and Braves NLDS game that happened last night. Now, I didn't start watching the game until about the top of the fifth inning, but I will mention uh, the scoring play that happened before then, which was the Braves scored on a Colton Wong error. So let's get to what I currently watched, and that was at the top of the fifth. Harrison Bader singled. Miles Michaelis moved him over to second off a sac bunt. Bader then stole third, which they did not prepare for or anything. They didn't try and hold him, nothing. They just kind of let him have it. And then Dexter Fowler grounded out to first, which Bader scored. So they tied the game 1-1. Moving on to the bottom of the sixth, Tyler Webb came in relief for Michaelis. He hit Donaldson. Markakis doubled over the head of Paul Goldschmidt. Donaldson advanced to third. Webb intentionally walked Duvall to load the bases. Snitker pitched hit Cervelli for Brian McCann. Giovanni Gallegos came in to relieve Mark Webb, Tyler Webb. Cervelli struck out on a check swing, which he vehemently said he did not go. Swanson ended up singling. It was a one-hopper off of Edmonds' chest to DeYoung, who then made a bad throw to Wong, and then during the whole thing, Markakis scored from third. From third. So 2 runs scored on that play to end the sixth inning with a 3-1 Braves lead. And then moving on to the eighth inning, boy oh boy Braves fans. This and the ninth did not give you any love. But eighth inning started with Chris Martin getting taken out of the game after one warm-up pitch. I believe they said it was a left oblique injury. Luke Jackson comes in for him. Second pitch from Jackson gets taken deep by Paul Goldschmidt. I believe it was 446 feet according to StatCast. So at that point it was 3-2. Ozuna ended up striking out. Yachty then ground out to Donaldson. DeYoung hit a single. Colton Wong hit a single against the shift, so he pushed down the left field line. So runners were on first and second with Bader coming up, and Carpenter pinched hit for Bader. Melanson came in to relieve Luke Jackson. Carpenter hit a bloop single down the left field line to score DeYoung. Colton Wong was thrown out at home. Why would you send Colton Wong with 2 outs in that inning when the game's already tied? DeYoung scored. That run's counting. Why would you send him home with 2 outs remaining and there's not... That play baffled me. But still, what a throw by Adam Duvall. That was a beautiful throw. So the score at the end of top of the eighth was 3-3. Now going into the top of the ninth. Arozarena grounded out to Dansby Swanson. Fowler hit a single to left center. Then Edman hit a single to right field, which Fowler went from first to third on. Goldschmidt walked on 4 straight pitches. Ozuna doubled down the left field line. Arozarena and Edman scored to make it 5-3. Melanson then intentionally walked Yachty Molina. DeYoung then struck out, and then Colton Wong, who committed an error earlier in the game to cost a run, brought 2 in himself. He hit a double down the right field line to make it 7-3. And then Mark Melanson, after giving up 4 runs, was taken out, and Sean Newcomb came in, and then Newcomb struck out Martinez. And then in the bottom of the ninth, the one thing in baseball you do not want to do is walk the leadoff batter, especially when that leadoff batter is named Billy Hamilton. That's what Carlos Martinez did. He had an 0-2 count on him, and he lost him. So you have one of the fastest guys in the league on first base. Ronald Acuna hit a homer, moonshot, to have the score 7-5. And then Albies grounded out to Edman. There was a review, but the call on the field stood, so he was still out. And then Freddie Freeman hit a monster shot to dead center. They hit it into the little water. You could see the water fly. That was a pretty good shot. Donaldson then grounded out to Colton Wong, and then Markakis struck out looking on, I believe, a fastball almost right down the middle. Just did not swing at all. He must have been looking something else or something, because he just sat there. So Martinez ended up getting the save. Cardiac Cards are back at it again, giving people heart attacks. They really want to try and make their games entertaining. Game score was 7-6, or final score was 7-6. St. Louis ended up having 7 runs, 15 hits, 2 earned. Atlanta had 6 runs, or 6 earned. No. Atlanta had 6 runs, 9 hits on 0 errors. Michaelis went 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Tyler Webb went a third of an inning, 1 hit, 1 earned, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. Gallegos went 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Brebbia, and by the way, Brebbia has probably the best beard I've seen in baseball since Brian Wilson. I think 2010 when they won that first World Series. Especially when they had the back camera behind him, you could see that thing was huge. But Brebbia ended up going a third of an inning, 1 hit, and that 1 hit was to Acuna, which I will talk about later, off that right field wall. Andrew Miller went 1 inning, no hits, no earned, no walks, no strikeouts. Ryan Helsley threw a third of an inning, 1 hit, no earned, no walks, no strikeouts. Carlos Martinez went a inning and a third, 2 hits, 3 earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Now, for the Braves, Keuchel went 4 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned, 3 walks. Darren O'Day went a third of an inning. Shane Green went 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk. Max Fried went 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. Luke Jackson went 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned, 1 strikeout. And Mark Melancon went 1 inning, 5 hits, 4 earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Sean Newcomb went a third of an inning, 1 strikeout. Now, for the hitting, I did top 3 players, people that had an impact on the game. Paul Goldschmidt hit the homer to put the Cardinals on the board. Moonshot to left field, but he went 2 for 4 with a walk and an RBI. Marcell Ozuna, who hit that double down the left field line to put St. Louis up by 2. At that time, it was 5-3. He went 2 for 4, walked, 2 RBIs. And Colton Wong went 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, and 1 walk. For the Braves, Acuna went 3 for 4, a homer, a single, a double, 2 RBIs. Freddie Freeman went 2 for 4, an RBI, and a run. Swanson went 1 for 4 with an RBI. Now, why did the Braves lose this game? I believe they lost because of their bullpen. When you have Luke Jackson and Mark Melancon giving up a combined 8 runs and 6 hits in 2 innings, that's not how you win baseball games. And people are complaining now about Acuna and his hustling ability when he hit that liner off the right field wall. Which, yeah, if he were to hustle out there, he wouldn't have scored. He wouldn't have scored on. I don't think he would have scored in that inning. But I don't think if he got a double, I don't think it would have mattered that much into the game. Because that bullpen blew that game. if he would have scored, no matter what, that bullpen would have blew that game, which is what they did. So when I see why people are just taking the blame on Acuna, I don't understand why. When Luke Jackson and Mark Melancon gave up 8 runs and 6 earned in 2 innings, in the 8th and the 9th. But that's what I feel cost them the game. I mean, St. Louis got a great road win, especially in Atlanta. They're 1-0 in the series with, I believe, Jack Flaherty starting game 2, which that's going to be a fun game. I believe Soroka's pitching for Atlanta. I'm not certain, but I think it's Soroka, so that'll be a good pitching matchup. But yeah, that's what I saw in game 1 of the NLDS. If you enjoyed it or liked it, please hit that like button and that subscribe button. That would really help me out and make me feel a little bit better. But I appreciate it, and I will see you guys later.